Welcome to Design 1. I see we have a full class and I hope we're going to have a fun semester. As you can see by my background, I love art and I've got lots of exciting projects for you to do. I have lots of examples from the last few semesters. So welcome, and what I hope to do is the beginning of every single week, I'm going to put a little video together to kind of tell you what's going on that week. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the class and kind of give you a little tour of what to expect. Okay, I'm back. Now when you open your course, you're going to see that the class is 2021 Spring Design 1. You're going to go down to Unit 1. It's actually the only one open. So when you double click, this is what you're going to see. First of all, you're going to open up the Elements of Design document. I'm opening up down here. It'll just take a second. You're going to have to download it. I think I've already got it downloaded here. So, oop, no. That is going to be, this is a copy of the worksheet that you're going to do. So I'm kind of jumping ahead. What it is, it's introducing the elements and principles of the design. The first document over here that you're going to open is actually a Word document that has all the definitions. So what I want you to do is, the vocabulary assignment is just get acquainted, you don't need to memorize yet, of what the different elements and principles of design are. Okay, I've had a couple students already submit, so you're just going to add the name. Okay, I'll give you one. Another word for color would be hue. You got a freebie there. So you're going to copy this Word document and put it in the submission folder. And this is the, let me see, vocabulary assignment. You're going to click on that. Let's open it. And you have the submission folder down here. So what you're going to do, it's all you have to do is take your folder, your Word assignment, and you're just going to drag it in here and you're going to put submit. So very easy to do. So let's go back to Unit 1. Okay. Another thing is the very same thing. You're going to open up a survey design. I like to know what supplies you have and just a little bit of background about you. So make sure you fill that in, get it in by this Friday. I print those out. It gives me a lot of information, especially supplies. And also, I want to make sure that this does not have a submission folder. It has please complete attached survey and email me at this account. This is why. A lot of times on my platform or my class, I have your DCCCD edu account. Well, a lot of students aren't using that. So one thing I want to make sure is that you know my email, you have that documented, and then I have your email documented as well. As you can see, it's worth 50 points. So it's worth a lot of points. So you need to make sure to do that. Okay, let's jump down to, this is what you open up for the lecture and talks about the assignment. Okay, I'm just going to say, wait a minute. Let me go back. Of course, I kind of messed that up. So you just kind of click on lecture for assignment. It opens up in a SWAY document. I'm going to go Command plus to kind of, well, it's not going to work and make it a little bit bigger. Well, did it? Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, so Design 1 assignment. The whole assignment is about line, just one element of design. The path of a moving point. I love that definition. A line connects 2 points. It defines the boundaries within planes. It defines shape. So if you have a closed shape, a closed line, it becomes a shape. So you can go through there and you can go through the different types of line. You've got actual, implied, contour. So these PowerPoints or SWAY documents that I make is very, very informative. It gives you examples of everything. A contour line, example from Matisse. Directional line, This is one of my favorites. They've got the two hearts, or the Frida Kahlo, and this line right here connects the two Fridas, her different thoughts, the two different people, the way she is. If you know anything about Frida Kahlo, almost every single one of her famous artworks are about herself. Here they've used these beams, or whatever those things are called, and you got lots of repetition of line. You got a line here and you got a line here. Okay, so it connects these. It kind of the lines also create shapes. So you've got a line here that creates this shape here, creates this shape here, creates this triangle, and creates this triangle, and that's called negative shapes, and we'll get into that. So this is just some different examples of usage of line. Psychological lines, I think this is really important, straight up and down. You can kind of think of maybe the guards protecting the Queen's castle in England. They're straight up and down. They don't move. They're very authoritative, and they're very non-active. Horizontal lines kind of reminds you of sleep. They're very lazy. They're kind of laying down. And then you've got the diagonal lines. That is, for instance, maybe the Nike symbol. So it's much more active when you use lines that's at a slant, that's diagonal. A lot of less energy. Well, I wouldn't say less energy, but some energy, little energy, and lots of energy. So that gives you a lot. When you look at anything, now you can talk about it and say, oh, well, those lines are straight up and down. That's very, very, has lots of strength. Probably didn't know all this. Information meant line is just endless. So right here, an example, this is actually pretty much a line. It's a logo. It's very, very active. I've got some different examples, some different artworks where they use different lines. I introduce cross-hatching. I actually have a worksheet on that. Cross-hatching using line. You can get different values with that. So you've got 4 tasks. First task would be in your sketchbook. If you don't have a sketchbook, I don't know if you have one. I don't know if you've got your supplies yet. Just use regular paper, but please do not use, you can use any kind of paper you want, hopefully white, but don't use lined notebook paper because those lines already interfere with what you're going to do, okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to draw a contour image of something in your home or outside. You don't have to be an artist to do this. You know, if you want to, if you say, oh, I'm not very good at drawing, you know what you can do? You can put your piece of paper up on a window and you can trace a tree or something outside. So the thing with the contour line, you do not lift your pencil and it's all one line. Never stops. Okay, so you're almost there again. You're taking your dot for a walk. Okay. So every single piece you're going to take a pic with your phone and you're going to download that image into a PowerPoint presentation. Everything that you hand in is going to be through PowerPoint. So when you take a picture of your phone, if it comes out dark, maybe you can lighten it a little bit. I know everybody pretty much has a phone. If you don't have a phone, let me know. But you can use a camera too. Okay. So just make sure that when you're shooting your images or your worksheets, make sure that it is square. So what it means is don't shoot it at an angle. If you need to crop it, like if you're doing, I don't need a bunch of, your whole kitchen table when you're taking a picture of your worksheet. Just kind of crop it into that worksheet, okay? All right. So when I say make sure you shoot a worksheet square, that means it's not in perspective or whatever, okay? So that's the first task. Pretty dang easy, right? Okay, the task 2, you're going to fill in different areas. First of all, you're going to draw different squares, and you're going to do, it's kind of like a psychological thing. You're going to do little designs, and you're going to list your feeling. Confident, okay, where you're all in a row. That's pretty confident. I think adventurous, okay, that's pretty cool because it's kind of starting here and you're going off the edge. Don't be afraid to break the plane here. Peaceful, okay, I can see that. Stress, that's pretty dang stressed, okay? Alarm, yep, all of these, well, if that's happy, they're elated, that's lots of energy here. Angry, yeah, that's pretty dang cool. So this is just an example of someone else's work. Do not copy theirs. You have your own idea of what lines means, okay? So here's all the information. You're drawing 12 boxes, approximately 2.5 inches each. If you have a computer, you can draw them on a computer, print them out. That's always a really good idea, okay? Another thing, we are going to label. If it's alarmed, you're going to label what the feeling was. Lost, it's like, oh, I don't know where I'm going, you know? So that's a pretty good explanation on that one. I give examples of everything. So that's task 2. What you're going to do, take a picture of it, and you're going to put it on page 2 of your PowerPoint. Okay, this is kind of a fun one. What you're going to do, you're going to, with a thin marker, you're going to make 3 shapes, okay? And what you're going to do, you're going to take this dot for a walk. It's a continuous line, okay? So it's kind of really, really cool here. This is kind of an interesting shape, a geometric shape, that they took the line for a walk. And what's really, really interesting about this, I want you to really look at this. Look at all the this is called negative space here. Look at all these shapes that are created. That's the whole exciting thing about this assignment. Okay, and this is a different kind of shape. They've started here and they went all around. They got kind of lost and then they came back from where they started. So you can come back to where you started, or you can have an endpoint. It really doesn't matter. So it's anything you want to do. Stay inside the boundaries though. This is like a fence around it, but you can do anything. You can cross over, you can do anything. This is kind of really, really interesting here. And look at all the really cool shapes that's created. Okay, so that's task 3. Pretty easy, right? Okay, number 4, you're going to take a photo of something that is heavily influenced by line. Okay, so you can take a picture of your picket fence. This happens to be a picture that I took of my daughter when she was pregnant, and it has all these vertical lines. So it's kind of really kind of a cool, I just like the picture, and it's just one I took myself, so I thought, what the heck. It can be black and white, it can be in color, I don't know. But really think about it and look for lines, repetitive lines here, okay? Okay, so that is going to be download photo to page 4 of your PowerPoint, okay? Title your file, you can say Unit 1. I've kind of changed that up each semester. This is a full class, it's not a short semester, so you're going to put Unit 1, you could put line, you could put anything, and then last name. And then you're going to upload it, okay? Now I've got an extra credit. In your sketchbook, draw an image using cross-hatching method only. Take a pic, add to your PowerPoint week 1. 20 points, that's a heck of a lot of points, because this whole assignment is worth 100 points. Add 20 points, you're just kind of saving it up for later to just really strive for that A. So in your sketchbook, let's go back to what cross-hatching is. I love cross-hatching. Of course, I'm a sketchbook addict. So this is kind of cool. It's an ear. You can do a glass. You can do anything, you know. So it's really, really interesting. Just draw something. I had lots of really cool examples. And if you just feel like you can't do it, look up. You could even, if you think, oh my gosh, I'm just like the worst drawer ever, what you can do, you can maybe research a piece of art. I know Da Vinci and a lot of different artists have pieces of artwork that is cross-hatched. If you want to take it, and if you have like a window or something, you can trace it and just do all cross-hatching. So I'm really, really open on this first one. It's just to give you the opportunity to experience cross-hatching. Okay, so that's it for week 1. It's all about line. I mean, you probably never knew, oh my gosh, I never thought about all this stuff that has to do with line. Okay, so there it is. Hopefully there's an example of a contour, nothing inside. You've got different repetitions of line, okay? Also, remember when you do your contour, you can have skinny and thick. All of your lines do not have to be the same width. So good luck on this first assignment, and hopefully this is the first time I've actually videotaped a little intro to the week. So hopefully it turned out good. Thank you. And if you have any questions, it's all you have to do is send me an email. Okay. Also, make sure you fill out the survey because I need to know who's got supplies. Has anybody received supplies? I don't know what's going on with those, so you can tell me. All right. Have a great week, and I look forward to see your fabulous week one, well, unit one PowerPoint.